What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we get to talk about a new Mafia rumor. This really woke me up this morning. This is one of the first things I actually saw, and I said, oh my god, well, we got to talk about it, right? We've talked a lot about Mafia in the last probably 2 or so years on this channel. So what we have, and this comes from a user who I guess the background info on this user is they're really into trademarks. They found a lot of game names. I think they found Indiana Jones. They found Marvel 1943 and a few others. So they seem somewhat believable. And the thing is, they don't even need to be all that believable. They just need to have the info or the knowledge to find certain things. And maybe there is a trademark for the Mafia game out there that they found that nobody else can find right now. But this person, Caracassus, said, I can tell you that a few days ago, Take-Two began preparations for an announcement regarding the Mafia series. It's hard for me to determine the time frame, but with Judas, I've seen them gearing up for the new trailer about 3 to 4 weeks before it dropped. So soon, smiley face. Now look, we're sitting here in the middle of April, so you look to the middle of May, even maybe a little bit after. I think a lot of people have brought up PlayStation, but to be honest with you, we're in the E3 replacement territory, right? It could be at the PlayStation Showcase. It could be at the Xbox event, which is in, I think, June 9th. Summer Game Fest, I think, is June 7th. So all of these events are the Sony one actually is the only one of those three that's only rumored, right? It doesn't actually have a date. The other two have dates and are, for sure. I think Sony will do it, but the point is you have three different options. That's probably it, right? Can't show up at Ubisoft, can't show up at an EA thing or Nintendo if they do it. You know what I mean? So it's those three. I think that makes a lot of sense for this Mafia game to appear at one of those three shows. And honestly, I think Summer Game Fest probably makes the most sense to be like impartial to everything, right? But you never know. You never know. So I honestly think this makes a lot of sense. And another thing that's come from this is people saying, all right, well, how far away are we? So I had to do a little bit of research, just looking back actually at my own channel, right? Because we've really covered every step of it. There were rumors of this game back in 2021. There was like the Italy prequel kind of idea. In August of 2022, that's when it became official, right? That's when they announced that it had started. Now, it could have started before that, but we are approaching 2 years. And I know there were job postings last year that indicated a few different things, but also indicated it was in pre-production. The thing that does worry me, okay, like I want to see it. And do I think it makes sense in the gaming landscape that we're in? Yeah, it does make sense. This is probably a game that's still roughly 3 years out. And that maybe is too far. Maybe I'm actually going too far. Maybe it's only like 2 years out. But I really think this could be another example of a game that shows itself and then doesn't get seen for a very long time. Now, I don't like that. I want to see Mafia, so I guess the more I kind of talk myself through it, right? I guess I'm a little bit more conflicted. If we're talking 2 or less years, show it to me. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think pretty much not every game, but 85% of games do that. If we're talking 3 to 4 years, like if this game takes 6 years to make and they've only worked on it for 2, you got 4 years left. I don't need to see it. I really don't need to see it right now. But I don't know, like you look at Take-Two, like they got BioShock. BioShock was announced on Twitter 5 years. We're actually approaching 5.5 years at this point. 5 years ago. You've seen nothing. You've seen absolutely nothing. I think that's just because they don't have anything. You know what I mean? Judas, you show a trailer at the Game Awards. You show a trailer in the preview thing that IGN got to do, right? So, like, clearly something's happening. And also, Judas probably comes out next year. So it's within, like, a year or so. You show it for real, and then it comes out. You know what I mean? So, for Mafia, I like to believe that if we're following their structure, even with GTA, you show a trailer, it's going to come out 2 years after, probably max, right? So let's rationalize a little bit in my head, right? If that's the case, if they don't feel comfortable showing things until you're within like a 2-year range, that's totally cool. But it'll be cool to see. Really will. Like, I want this franchise to be successful. We talked about that when the remaster and remake came out. I want these games to be popular. I want I guess, almost comeback story. Mafia 3, I didn't like it when I first played it, but I haven't played it since launch, so I definitely have to give it a second try. But the remake and remaster of 1 and 2, extremely good. And I think a lot of people loved it. I think a lot of people were playing, including myself, were playing it for the very first time. So I really feel like Mafia 4 is going to be their chance to capture a brand new group of people that have maybe never played their games, or this is their first legitimately new Mafia game. So you got to do it well, but hopefully, the first time we see it is a good indication of how good it's going to be. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.